It's time for Ken's Sports. Ken, absolute paradise today if you're a football fan. All the bowl games plus the Orange Bowl tonight.
5 college football games today. Then there's a national championship tomorrow with Miami and Penn State. There's pro football Saturday and Sunday. If you're a football fan, starting nirvana, let me tell you. The first bowl game of the day took place down the interstate a bit, the Florida Citrus Bowl down in Orlando. Number 10 Auburn taking on Southern California, and the Trojans would get on the board first. Jeff Berger back to pass. Great interception by Marcus Cotton. Those big black shoes don't slow him down. 22 yards for the touchdown, and SC led it 7-0. Second quarter, though, the Tigers would come right back as Jeff Berger would drop back to pass from deep inside SC territory and hit his big tight end, Walter Reeves. That touchdown knotted it up at 7. But Auburn wasn't finished for the first half, folks. No. Later on in the second quarter, Brent Fullwood, who had 152 yards on 28 carries in the game, will get the draw and scamper in from 5 yards out. It was 14-7 Tigers at the half. Now, after the intermission in the third quarter, Auburn would add a safety. SC quarterback Rodney Peete called for intentional grounding from his own end zone. That made it 16-7 Auburn. Now, it looked like it was going to end that way, but with just over 2 minutes to play, the Southern California Trojans will block an Auburn punt. Lewis Brock, the son of baseball great Lou Brock, blocks the punt, and that sets up the Trojans deep in Tiger territory. 2 plays later, Peete will try to go to Eric Afhalter, and they say he does not get into the end zone, even though the replay appears to show that the ball does break the plane of the end zone. You see it there, but the question is moot, no touchdown USC. So they have to go for it on 4th down, and Leroy Holt does not score. So the Auburn Tigers hold on to win it, and Ted Tollner loses his swan song at SC. He's been fired. The final, Auburn 16, Southern California 7 in the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. Meanwhile, in Dallas, in the Cotton Bowl, Ohio State quarterback Jim Carsados gets things going for his team in the Cotton Bowl against Texas A&M with his 52-yard pass to Nate Harris in the first quarter. But the A&M beat defense playing tough. Carsados goes to the air on the next play, and Jack Brooks picks it off in the end zone. The Aggies would kick a field goal later and lead 3-0. Till the second quarter, Carsados on the option play takes it in himself from 3 yards out. Buckeyes led 7-3 at that point and 7-6 at the half. Third quarter, A&M quarterback Kevin Murray back to pass, but intercepted by Chris Spielman, and the All-American linebacker will take it all the way down the sideline. 24 yards for the score, 14-6 Buckeyes. Ohio State would then make it 21-6 when Vince Workman will take the handoff from Carsados and snake his way into the end zone. From 9 yards out, the Buckeyes are rolling at 21-6. Fourth quarter now, 9 minutes to play in the game. And for Texas A&M, Roger Vick will go in from 2 yards out to make it 21-12. Jackie Sherrill says, well, we'll go for 2 points. And Kevin Murray will try to roll to his right, trying to get the 2 points, looking for Keith Woodside deep in the corner of the end zone, but Woodside a little too deep in the end zone. He's on the line. A 2-point conversion, no good. 21-12 Buckeyes. The Aggies try to come back. Kevin Murray once again trying to lead his team to victory here in the Cotton Bowl. Back to pass late in the game now. There's only 3 minutes to play. You see it there, but he is picked off for the 5th time in the game. Michael Key rumbles, and I mean rumbles, folks. You can feel it when you drive. 47 yards for the touchdown. Ohio State ups its record to 10-3 with a 28-12 win over Texas A&M in the Cotton Bowl. 2 other games still going on. The Sugar Bowl in New Orleans has Nebraska leading LSU 10-7 in the third quarter. That, of course, the final game for LSU coach Bill Arnsparger before he comes here to Gainesville to take over as the University of Florida's new athletic director. And in the granddaddy of them all out in the West Coast, the Rose Bowl, Michigan leads Arizona State 8-0 in the first. The Wolverines looking to break the jinx. Big Ten teams have lost 11 of the last 12 Rose Bowl games. And tonight in Miami, the Orange Bowl matches number 3 Oklahoma and number 9 Arkansas. The Sooners, of course, will be without All-American linebacker Brian Bosworth, who has been suspended for testing positively for the use of steroids. But still, Oklahoma should have little trouble with the Razorbacks. They're 17-point favorites as they look to possibly finish second in the final polls after their national championship of a year ago. Of course, this year's national championship will be decided tomorrow night in the Fiesta Bowl with Miami taking on Penn State. Now, since Ray Perkins has left the University of Alabama to take over as new head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Alabama's looking for a new coach, and they say they hope to have one within a month. And the name of Birmingham native and FSU football coach Bobby Bowden has come up in connection with the job. 2 other candidates, Duke's Steve Sloan and Texas A&M's Jackie Sherrill, have now removed their names from consideration. So could Bobby Bowden be leaving Tallahassee? We don't know. Well, he was in Birmingham last night as his team took on Indiana in the All-American Bowl, but he wasn't talking, just hanging out on the sideline. First quarter trailing 3-0. They give it to Sammy Smith, the freshman. Remember the great game he had against Florida. 4 yards out. The point after was blocked, though. FSU led 6-3. Second quarter, give it to Smith again, this time from 9 yards out, and FSU led 13-3 at the half. Third quarter now, Tanner Holloman bursts into the end zone from 9 yards out. Seminoles in control here, 20-3. The Hoosiers, though, would come back with a crunching drive. They would cap it off with a 4-yard run by Andre Powell to cut it to 20-10, but the Noles would ice it. Leading 20-10, Tanner Holloman again from 10 yards out, his second touchdown of the night, the final 27-13 FSU. And Bobby Bowden, now he may be going to Alabama, but on the sidelines here, he looks more like he's going to coach the New York Giants. Offensive tackle John Ionata gives him the Bill Parcells treatment with the ice water. That must be nice on a cool night in Birmingham. The Seminoles finished 7-4-1, Ari, and also Ari, Washington Capitals beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-3 in overtime in an afternoon NHL game today.
Afternoon NHL. All right, tomorrow national championship. Just doesn't seem right in the Fiesta.
I know, it's the day after and everything lets everything settle down, but it should be a good one.
All right, News 5 will be right back. Don't go away.